Choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's Joshua Demers Productions with Budgie Buddies J and K with an off-grid hybrid pre-spring cleaning February 2025 update where I do laptop and laundry. I replace my motherboard, put some shelving in, and so much more. Enjoy. Well, good morning, J and K. What have we got going on today? Well, for starters, we've got a bug zapper light. I got it a couple of days ago from the neighbor. Found out one of the bulbs doesn't work in it, but it's not the bulb. It's actually, and it's not the transformer in it either. There's a little vacuum tube. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's, I guess, supposed to start it off or whatever. And it apparently is a faulty part according to the voltmeter and what I can deduce. But that's not what's important. What's important is the fact that J and K are having an absolutely great day as usual. Got a whole bunch going on, but not really at the same time as usual. Gonna start, excuse me. I was talking about having my laptop as a Wi-Fi and finding a good place to mount it, and so far so good. I did it, but it's in a real bad spot for access. And oh yeah, haha, my phone is my camera, which brings me to another thing I wanted to show off. Is this is eventually going to be my internet machine, but for now it's just a pick up and use camera if I'm playing video games or something and want to capture a note or something. Still do my editing on my tablet. One of these days I'll replace it. I got this awesome phone mount which holds up my battery monitor phone and portable music player perfectly. Just I absolutely love it. Since I got something going on in the bedroom, I don't know if I'll show you now or later. Anyway, that right there, I'm going to put that on the door here. It'll fit just right here and look amazing. And it's not very heavy, and and it'll stay on the door. It won't flop around opening and closing. And I'm just going to take me some pieces of paneling about this big and run it along the bottom and top, put a couple of screws in it, and instead of just some washers and screws like I was going to do to cheap out, I'm going to actually do it right. So that's why it's not set up yet. So now we got the laundry going on, and I finally am going to conquer where to put all the laundry with this shelf right here. And I'll go ahead and show you the video of what it was like before and after. Just a quick update. I wanted to show that I went ahead and cut that hole out for my fan to take the warmer air up at the top and move it on through there for now. And I got both my fans and the buddy heater hooked up since the furnace has been out, and it's been taking care of everything just fine. But what I really want to show is some of my shelving while I got a chance. I got me a small shelf up there, and I actually keep my screws and drill bits and stuff up there, but I'm using them to put in something else that I figured I'd go ahead and show off now before I stack it up with stuff and miss this opportunity to show it before I stack it all up. Not bad for something I saw on the junk trailer headed out to the scrap yard, and I said, hey, wait, I'll give you $5 for that thing. And the fella said, well, just take it off of there. And I said, well, it's up under everything. Can you just make sure you hold on to it before you know, when you're unloading the trailer? He's, you know, my landlord, neighbor, you know, friendly fella, just said, sure, I'll hold on to it for you. And he actually did. I went out today and looked around, and sure enough, this is sitting off to this side. And I had to straighten it out a little bit, and you can see it's not perfect, but I just said, man, I just want to come in here and strap it up in here somehow. And that corner was a little tricky, but I just took me a little piece of plywood with some angled holes and got that thing secured up into that cabinet hanging down from the ceiling right there. And just put a couple of double sets of screws up around the back, the plywood up there. I don't know if you can see it from there. Goodness gracious. Oh, I can't wait till I get a much more narrow mattress. But you can see. Oh boy, look how far that screw went. I'll have to redo that later, but anyways. Had to move the power solar chargers down. Make sure there's enough room for them to ventilate. And just same thing over here. And up here, I just put that up there and that right there. And you wouldn't believe how absolutely strong this thing is for just throwing it together. Okay, so the at church, somebody came and volunteered. In fact, was it? No, it was somebody else. Comes by the Saturday Soup Kitchen and brings drinks and snacks for little bonus bags to give out to our patrons. And anyway, it was full of clothes. He said didn't fit him anymore. He didn't want anymore. And a lot of them were these shorts and stuff, which they're perfect. Most shorts I get are too tight around my waist or too loose. And I've got a pair of them on right now. And even without having to adjust a string or anything, they fit great and they're perfect for me to wear and wear out for the next couple of years during the summers. And a few shirts and stuff that are extra larges. Again, shirts I can just wear out while I'm out in yards and stuff, doing stuff. Save me a little money and time and trouble finding clothes. Anyway, so I've talking about on the section of video right there. Great spot for that for now, minus the access, of course. Really, I found a good place for these jackets, which maybe they'll hang up in that corner real good. And you know, I pretty much got this whole space to figure out what to do. I got a whole bunch of these finally cleaned out and sorted out, and finally found a use for a few of them to start putting screws and stuff in over there. So the sky will be the limit when I want to start sorting those out. I think for now I'll probably put a couple of those little tubs up here and stack stuff like my pants and stuff up over here in the corner and move the helmet out of the way. And then I'll have all this here to start working on a thin little dresser or something. But you know, I was talking about getting that thinner mattress and having this room right here to do something else with. Well, this mattress, I found one. It's 39 inches. Man, I really wanted 36, but 39 may be the narrowest I can get. I think that'll give me 15 inches or so if I were to put the 3-foot bench seat and table setup back up in here with the drop table to make a narrow double bed. And then I'd have me, a place to sit, 2 to 4 people, dine with windows around and the skylight. And like I said, I'm gonna work on, because that's probably not gonna stay there in the long run, work on putting a TV or something up there. Or maybe that will, and I'll put the TV just in front of it, have it slide out of the way or something. I don't know. Or actually, since the bench seats are gonna be here, not a couch bed, depending on how I do this, I don't know. It really depends on how much time I want to spend in here. Anyway, with a narrow bed over here that goes up to here though, I can make this the head of the bed and put the TV over there. And that way you can sit over here or lay on the bed and look up and watch the TV. Just as some thoughts. Then again, I may go with the couch bed that can still sleep 2 a little oddly, but can seat 3 across, but may just be more comfortable to sit and may not come out as wide either when it's folded up to give me more room in between here, but it won't be as useful without a table. So I think I'm gonna go with the table, or maybe I can go with the narrow bench, a narrow table and everything. But anyway, the other advantage to all this is I've got at least a set and a half or two of those cushions for those tables, and a couple of tables out there, the one from this RV and the one from that RV sitting out there. So I've got all the parts other than some framing I'd need to build up to do it for next to nothing. So that's the other enticing thing. The mattress I found on eBay, a real awesome one. Like I said, this is what is this, going on a foot and yeah, about a foot, 14 inches tall, I think, if I took my measurement right. Yeah, it's almost a foot tall. This new hybrid mattress is 5 inches or 7 inches, 5-inch spring, 2-inch memory foam. Trucker's mattress is supposed to be real nice. Found one on sale for $220. I might jump on it sooner than later. You know, knock this out here. They make a 36-inch model, not 39, but I can't find it. And again, for $220 or $230, that's may be a really good deal on that mattress, because I can't find another one like it for anywhere near it. Anyways, that right there alone will drop that 4 inches from the window. Like I said, I get up in here and get me a 3/4 inch plywood frame with the center support and get rid of all this framing and railing and stuff. And that'll drop it another, you know, couple of inches. You know, I'll have a gap like that between that and the window, which is what I really want. I need to make me a little, another little slide mount over there for the fans, so that when I'm doing my laundry, again with the shelf here, I was talking about having to move the railing, which at the moment I might try to put something up in here just to stack my jackets up in or something, although I got to be careful with the ventilation on that. But this morning I said, well, I got to do laundry, so I went ahead and just took what I had laying around and bolted this thing here up in the corner over there. I found that these screws up in here will actually hang some hangers and some things too. And then I went ahead and said, well, you know what? Let's just cut a couple little pieces, do some good drilling and get this thing here nice and tight and solid. I wanted to try to run it out to here where there's a actual joist, but you know what? Actually, I think I would have just made it if I'd have gone this way. But oh well, I don't care. I didn't want to take the chance of it, and having this stick out here might not be such a bad thing either, because you know, I can just hang towels or something on that to dry. Obviously, with them sticking out here, kind of gets in the way, but you know, by the time I head to bed, they'll dry out and I can slide them that way, I think. And when the mattress goes over to here and I get a bench table set up here too, that'll make a difference. Sorry about the ums, working on that. Went ahead and finally got rid of this stupid little tape up thing here. It kept falling down, and got it sticking out a little further. I got a couple of, like a slide rail here. As soon as I get a piece of paneling, I'm gonna make me a slide door here. And since there's actually a gap right here, it's gonna come to here, so it'll actually still allow ventilation from this fan over here that I put in and probably showed you in the last little clip of the shelf. But I finally secured it up so it's not just sitting there vibrating and rattling around and moving around and stuff. And I got that fixed up real good. And what else can we show off today before laptop. I got a new motherboard coming for it tomorrow, so I'll be finishing this video tomorrow and going from the i3 basic that I fried the sound card output on to an i7. Went from a 1 gig hard drive to 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte SSD, top of the line. 16 gigs of the top of the line dual channel of RAM instead of the 4 gigabytes of single channel of RAM. Added my DVD drive, been starting to get my DVDs writ. Never got back in there, but I got all this stuff here stacking up so much nicer. I'm telling you, I'm getting this place straightened out. Oh, I finally got some grills off a old junk fan set up on there, so I don't have to worry about the birds getting caught up in there if they freak out and fly towards the window one day, like I went through weird lengths to try to solve last year. And let's see, my neighbor had some stuff laying around, and I was going through and I said, oh, hey, look, I need a vacuum hose for my upright, was it a Bissell? And you know, the hose was getting all stiff and dry and cracking every time you'd bend it, and you know, pretty much just a roll of duct tape with a piece of hose in it. And I saw that sitting there. I said, oh, maybe I can use the parts off of that. It looks like it might even fit. And sure enough, it is the exact model, and it's in great shape other than a little bit of buildup inside. And so I've resurrected my thing. You know, I get that little power attachment back for it and another set of filters, and you consider that refurbished, you know. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna hold on to that, not worry about getting that Craftsman V20 cordless setup for now. And that, I think, will do it till I get the motherboard tomorrow. Oh, coffee maker. Yes, this thing here, I can program it for 3 minutes, turn the grinder off. Yes, it's got a built-in grinder. It's got a built-in filter, charcoal filter. I mean, this is like top of the line here. I love it. So this thing here, and it draws 900 watts, but with how well my batteries have been working, I can afford the electricity for it. Same with this, I can just leave that on and use the clock on it, kind of. And Bug Zapper, I left it on all night last night and woke up with 60% left on my batteries, and I didn't even run the generator yesterday. I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. No sir, indeedy do. Oh, talk about my shoe. I got me a little rack here, and I just literally took a couple of coat hangers, cut them up, bent them, and some screws, and made me a little shoe rack. I've got these at Goodwill, 15 bucks, brand new. And when I went to the soup kitchen, one of the leader of the men's group said, I got a gift for you, Joshua, and he handed me these brand new. I don't know where they come from or how much they are or anything, but they really nice. I love the color to match color of my phone case and a lot of my other accessories and everything. And the men's group shirt and pants I like to wear with them. So I got a nice little, you know, blue setup going on. So I'm gonna keep those in my nice shoes. Those will be my casuals and slip-ons. And then one of the neighbors said, I got a pair of boots. And he said, I don't know what, 50 bucks. I said, 25 I offered him. I ended up getting him like 32 or 37 for him, 37 I think, but nice steel toe. Good boots, supposed to be waterproof, name brand, quality, I mean, you know. So I finally, and I got me a really pair of junk shoes that I may even just throw away finally. So now it's time to stack some more clothes up, see how tight it gets in here, pull that stuff down, sort through it, empty that shelf off again, and then fill it back up. Same with the laundry machine, empty it out, fill it back up till there's floor is not filled up and it's emptied out. All right, J&K. Hopefully, well, that motherboard is coming in tomorrow, and I hope I get it out of the mailbox before somebody else does. And oh, new battery for this coming in as well. I got that battery used, and it wouldn't communicate with the computer. I think it was the connectors on the battery itself damaged, so I got just a new one coming for this. So that'll be fixed by the beginning of next week, and another battery coming for that too, since that battery's been shot for the longest time. And every now and then, if I turn those on with the battery plugged in, or I accidentally flip the switch on my battery chargers down there, it'll pop that GFCI and shut everything off. And that battery's so bad, that laptop doesn't last a moment. With a battery in it, it won't matter. I can have that thing do that without resetting my hotspot for a while. Wi-Fi, whatever. Anyway, so that will be the last thing I want to show on this section of video, is coming down here, having this all moved around in my last video, I believe it was. I went ahead and finally unhooked and rearranged all the batteries, I got up in here, and I'm kind of proud of this. Finally got those connectors, got me a soldering. Tried the soldering iron, it didn't really get hot enough, so I actually took a torch, my torch lighter, and actually soldered these wires up onto here and made me that connector. And so I got them all lined up here with the fan clip there and the power strip right up there. So I reach up there, turn it on, turns the fan on, click the 5 power buttons to turn them on, click the 5 power buttons, turn them off, reach up there, turn it off, and that's done. And you see the inverters right there too. It's easy access on and off. Plus now, when the inverter's running during the summer and I got the air conditioner or something on and it starts getting over hot, I can just swing this fan around and point it at the inverter now and keep the inverter cool. This isn't the final design, but this is just, you know, putting what I got laying around to make something effective work right away. And it does, mind you. Got the sinks out there. I think I picked the 2 that I want to finally put up in the kitchen going on. So that'll be another project coming along here sooner than later. Oh, I can also run this off grid now for the most part as well. That'll be pretty awesome. I've got another bug zapper as well that the bulb doesn't light up, so it's probably the same issue. And I may just end up looking into upgrading those to LED light fixtures and just keeping the actual bug zapper parts and enclosures. Oh, found a great place to put my electric guitars for now. Nice out of the way, and my hats and my books for now so that they don't get in the way of anything, or the speakers, and even my speaker covers. Found a good place to put them where they don't rattle and fall off, and my sunglasses. I've put me a shelf up over here that's become invaluable for my tools and my books and my card games and such. So I'm coming around. I said I was going to be making some changes, and I guess this is a pre-spring cleaning. And I still don't know when I'm going to relocate. It's still a mess out there, and still no properties got signed, which means 30 days from that point till we have to relocate. Well, I guess there'll be more on that later. J and K, do you guys have anything more to say today? No? KK so cuckoo for the coconut. Jaybird so jealous, I will tell you what. Oh yeah, I also moved the pump switch over here. Now that's my water pump switch. It doesn't light up, and I can't find the whole module with the gauges and everything on it. So I just cut out a little hole, got it to stay in there real good, and ran the wires down and to the pump back there instead of having it way down there in the corner. So the thing is now if I'm in the shower and I forget to turn the water pump on or something, I can reach around here and turn it on. Or if it's doing like it's doing right now and dripping just a little tiny bit outside and I want to turn it off at night or in between, I do that. And then when I need to use the sink, I can just use the sink off. Much more convenient than having it way down there in the corner. And eventually I'll run the extra couple of wires I need and get that thing to light up and start getting the sensors hooked up to all the tanks in here. But anyway, let's continue. Oh yeah, and I forgot about these things over here, but basically what I've got is I've got the screens for up in there, which as you can see there's already screens in there, so I don't really need them. So I'm not 100% sure why I'm keeping them. They're all sun rotted, as you can see. And let's see, what else have I got in there? A little sprayer for the black water tank, some of that quarter molding, and a floor plate for the doors. Yeah, all that stuff can pretty much go out of there when I redo this back wall and go on up into there. Oh yeah, and the reason why I was going on about the bug zapper so much is that there's a huge problem with mosquitoes out right here near my place, with a swamp bin right behind there. And I want to take one of the bug zappers, put it on the end of that RV over there, and the other one right here, and see if that reduces the mosquitoes. Plus, when the termites are breeding or whatever, this place here will fill up with termites if I leave that outside light on and don't put a whole bunch of stuff all up over every single little thing around it. Well, now maybe the bug zapper will kill them all instead. Plus, it makes a great porch light. Uses what, about 50 watts right now, I think, before I disconnected the other transformer for the other bulb, since it doesn't work. So I don't even know how much it draws now, but even for 50 watts an hour off grid, it's totally worth it. Yes, sir, indeedy do. Now time to go hang these up and go and find something else to do. All right, it's the second day, which is Friday, and I just got back from the mailbox, and my battery came in. I went ahead and bought me an impact driver, 20 bucks, including shipping for used, and it looks almost new. We'll grab a battery and try that out. And really, the big star of the show, the new motherboard for my laptop. Alrighty, there it is, all its glory. And it's supposed to have 8 gigabytes of RAM already installed on it, but I've got 2 8 gig matching dual channels on the other board. I'm gonna do this. That'll pretty much max this out. See how it goes. There's no random access memory at all in here. That's all right. For $41 and $9 shipping, 50 bucks, maybe 51 or 52 after tax, for an i7 with the sound card working. And I'll be honest, I was thinking about repairing this thing here, and I was gonna look at the local repair shop, and I can't imagine that they'd charge me $50 or less to fix a sound card on there, and I'd still be stuck with the bottom of the line i3 motherboard and chip on that thing. So what I'm trying to get at is, if the sound card wouldn't have fried on that other motherboard, I would have never even thought about repairing it, which would have never thought about just looking for another motherboard, which is cheaper than repairing it. And when I looked for the other motherboard, I realized that i5s and i7s, exactly the same, just different chips for the most part. And I was like, wow, for like $10 or $15 more than just getting the i3 board, I can get the i5 and max that thing out, and really probably get another solid 2 to 3 years of good performance out of it. That was my thinking. So now I gotta get myself all together and get motherboard put in. I've done a lot of old school motherboards and tower cases back in the 90s and 2000s, but I've never done a whole motherboard out of a laptop. But that'll be awesome. It'll be new fan, new hard drive, new RAM, new motherboard, basically just a case and the display and speakers. I can't wait to use that thing like a tablet again, supercharged. I talk too much. Yeah, I say that works. It's not the brushless model like I eventually want to get, but like I said, $20. What an upgrade from driving screws all day like a Neanderthal with that joker. Especially the Phillips head, wears them Phillips heads out real bad. but I bet that impact driver give me all the control and ability I've been missing. Anyways, let me get my mess cleaned up here and hopefully get this video finished. Oh, you know, while we're at it, just so y'all see what this turned out to be like. And I didn't even finish it all. I ended up just got about 3 loads of laundry left, you know, small loads in that machine. Right there I stacked up, got my big jackets. I did sort through all the clothes and stack the shorts I want right there. Those are clothes that I'm gonna send next door to give away. But I did get this all cleaned out for the most part, so yeah. Almost where I want to be for the long run. Well, that was nerve-wracking if you can't tell from my hands shaking a little bit. I haven't hooked the battery up yet, I'm about to, but I got the new motherboard in and put the RAM in, all the connections. I never did these connections before, so I had to learn. Like I said, a little nerve-wracking, but now that I've done it, I don't think I'm so afraid to do it again. But anyway, I believe I got everything connected and hooked up and working. Something I did notice was this motherboard is 2016, and my the i3 motherboard that came in this is a 2018. So this is actually 2 years newer, but it really doesn't matter as long as it just works and it's an actual i7 like it says. So let's plug it in and see what happens. All right, does it power up? Yep, there goes the front light flashing. Should say Dell on the screen. Uh-oh. Unless that's low battery. Watch it go boom. Okay, now it's flashing orange. Uh-oh, what happened to my computer? Oh, wait, now the light's staying steady on, now it's off. I don't like the way this is looking. I'm gonna try hooking it up to HDMI and see if anything happens. All right, well, there's the old motherboard back in, and as you can see, it lights up and turns on and works. So I'm gonna say that this other motherboard is defective. I unhooked everything and hooked it back up twice, and the same exact results. 5 white flashes and 2 orange flashes. I'll look up the trouble code and see what it is, but that's a real bummer. I was really hoping for an upgrade, but at least I didn't make my computer even worse. I was really afraid that I would be without a computer at all. All right, bummer. Oh my goodness, signs of life with the new motherboard. Look at that. I did it. I fixed it. I just went online, looked, and figured out that if you hold the button down for more than 25 seconds and less than 40 seconds, the power button, it resets the BIOS. I don't know if that did it, disconnecting the battery, CMOS battery, and just letting it try to start up a couple of times or what, but the orange light didn't flash, and the 5 white, 2 amber didn't flash. It was just a slow white flash and powered on and powered off a couple of times, and then, well, you see where it's at now. I think I'm ready to put it back together and try it out for real. Oh man, I'm so happy. All right, well, my computer starts up, but now Windows won't let me in. It says I need a PIN. I didn't set up a PIN, so it's telling me to set one up now. I click that, and it says I gotta be on the internet for that and sign into my Microsoft account. Well, I don't remember my password, so now I gotta have it send an email and set my phone up, turn on the internet, get on the email, get the passcode, put the passcode in here, and set myself up a PIN that I didn't want to set up. But anyway, I finally got my computer working, and thank goodness it is an i7. I got what I paid for. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, now let's see how let's see if the speakers work. Huh. Oh, I don't have any internet, so let's just oh, here's something pretty awesome. I got Wolfenstein 3D. I bought it off of GOG on sale for a couple of bucks, and then I found that there's an EC Wolf mod for it, and it plays it. Oh, listen to that. Oh, I haven't heard these little speakers work in almost a year. Yeah, buddy. That's not very loud. Of course, it's sitting on this little pad. But anyway, oh, I'm so happy it works. Yay, I get to use it like a tablet again. And in ultra speed. Oh, I'm so glad it works again. And it'll work like a tablet and everything. Nice. Well, if you want to see what one of the awesome things about this is oh, I guess it's not working. Anyway, I had it set up where this would strafe left and right. Yeah, so you can actually do the circle turn with the mouse. You can actually. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. There. Anyway. All right, I finally got my everything all working again, and I'm actually sitting here watching my tablet or my laptop like it's a tablet. Sitting here watching a Hoovie's Garage video on my computer. I really haven't been able to do this in over a year. Pretty awesome. Oh wow, what a difference the i3 to i7 makes. It still stutters a little tiny bit, but wow, what a difference. This thing was pretty much unplayable before, and now it's actually rather reasonable. Wow. Yeah, this isn't near as bad. I mean, it would literally just start making all kinds of groggy noises and start slowing down, and yeah, real nice, amazing. Well, I got what I wanted. I got my Nintendo GameCube Dolphin emulator working without buying another computer. Nice. It's not as good as I was hoping. It still stutters a little bit on the Wind Waker. So, it's not the best upgrade I was expecting, but it's, again, it's still a lot more playable than it was to begin with. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to get off. Yeah, it's still stuttering a bit. Yeah, I guess I just got to get me a better video card. It's still not as bad though. I mean, it would be moving like this instead of that at full speed before. So, big improvement, but I'm still going to get a better computer. Alright, KK, that's enough of that. Anyway, I bet the Project 64 runs a lot better too on this. Let's see, what was a game that really like to stretch this thing out here? No, unfortunately, the N64 emulator still runs pretty bad, but there's more reasons than just computer processing power causing stuff like that to happen. Oh yeah, I got my visualizations in Winamp working again. Now that I got the sound card back in the line input. Yeah. It looks great on this new TV too. Yeah, buddy. Pretty awesome. Yup, there we go. Yup, that's on top. Oh yeah, even Paper Mario Thousand Year Door runs quite a bit better. And here's the proof right here. Whenever I used to do that, it would slow way down. You'd hear the music start bogging down. But yeah, wow, that's awesome. Yup, sweet. That runs a lot better. Alright, I guess I'll finish the video off like this. It's, I don't know what, about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm pretty much up for the day. I don't usually sleep much later than this if I wake up wide awake. Unless I go back to bed and then I end up sleeping past 7 and being all groggy. Don't know why. Anyways, but I go to bed about 7 to 9 o'clock. Anyway, it's 45 degrees outside. That big buddy heater on low and medium with that fan right there keeps this entire place rather comfortable without the big furnace running all the time. So that's been pretty awesome. You know, I've been saying the coffee maker is awesome, having the timers and everything on it, but you know, yesterday morning and this morning I turn it on and it runs for about a minute and then it starts beeping and then it won't turn back on. I unplug it, plug it back in. It does. I have to open the lid, shut it, and then it started beeping right away. Wouldn't fit, you know, it only put that much coffee. And then I went ahead and just let the grinder on, and then it went ahead and ran for the, you know, long enough to make the coffee. But I have a feeling that might be on its way out. I might have to put just a manual switch in there to heat it up and get rid of the timers for now. So anyway, the laptop turned out great, but I did realize something. I bought the RAM in 2022, late 2022. I spent $50 on the 16 gigabytes of RAM, but I only got 2133 RAM, not the 2400 that thing, according to research, says it can max out at. So I've got another upgrade coming for that. I found a couple of Samsung chips for $17, $18 after tax used, on the way, be here by the middle of next week. And then I can take the 16 gigabytes of RAM in that and upgrade that laptop, because I know that RAM is faster than, or as fast or faster than the top speed on that laptop. And I know that one will take 16 gigs of RAM, and this only got 8 in it right now, which is crazy. I had another laptop similar to that with an 8 gigabyte chip in it. Or no, let's see, that had a 4 gigabyte chip, and I can't remember. Somehow though, I ended up with an 8 gigabyte chip that I was able to put in one laptop to upgrade it, and then move the 4 gigabyte chip over to this one, take the 4 gigabyte chip out of that to upgrade that to dual channel 8 gig when I did the 16 gig on that. And then I gave away the little Celeron laptops, as it was almost useless, except I wish I'd have kept it for doing that right there, because that laptop's still halfway reasonable. Anyways, I talk too much. So now I will have 16 gigs and 16 gigs. Somebody said that could take up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I just don't think so. I don't think the architecture will do that. I really do believe the 16 gigs of 2400 is an accurate statement. Who knows, if I find a $10 16 gigabyte chip, I might order it and stick it in and see if it works. And if it does, I'll order another matching one and try 32 gigs of RAM in that thing, but I don't think it'll take it. But 2133 to 2400 is more than 10% on the RAM. Doesn't sound like much, but according to research, with the way I want to do editing videos and the bit of hardcore gaming I do on this, hardcore for this machine, do on that RAM will make a difference. So it was worth the $18 to get Samsung chips, first of all, but also upgrade the speed. The last thing I want to talk about is this table over here. I was talking about making it solid and secure, and sure enough, I did. I went ahead and actually bolted this thing to the wall, but when I did it, I left myself a neat little thing. I actually left myself a big old base port right along here. Kind of hard to see with a birdie blanket in the way. Sorry, JDP, but there. Look at that. I left me a big old base port down there. It goes all the way to the floor. And same over here. I left me a spot right there for the base to come out of. I think that real nice and isolates the vibration so the cage doesn't rattle or anything. And like I said, I got this thing here strategically positioned. Went ahead and turned this around so it fires front, and I really don't use these for low frequency effects anymore now that I got the subwoofers positioned better, but I still can. I can still split switch and do it. Oh, and I know I talk too much. I really got to stop, but that subwoofer, I bought it for $60, $70 at a pawn shop. Fantastic subwoofer, but it's got a buzzing in it. So what I did right now was I overloaded. I put this low frequency effect speaker output to the RCA input on this, the line level in on this, so it overloads it so I can leave that thing turned way down, turned up like 2 or 3%, and it's almost overpowering. It's not good for clean sound and all that, but it does get rid of the buzzing and make that thing work functional right now. Well, I did some research, and according to research, most likely it's just filtering capacitors on the AC in, and I don't know, $5 or $10 for capacitors, some soldering work, and I should be able to fix that thing and bring that thing back up to snuff. And that's a real nice subwoofer. I'd love to find another one to match it. And I realized something else too. It's got an infrared sender on it. They make a wireless remote for this thing. I gotta find that thing and figure out if it's worth buying one for that subwoofer, like I said, and maybe buying another one and getting rid of that thing and matching them up and going with stereo matching subs, because or maybe I can find matching 15s in the MTX. Haha, because that's a 12 and that's a 15. But that's cheap. I mean, that's like Chinese brand. You can tell the difference when you turn it really, 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 really way up. That the volume changes a little bit. And some of the mid bass frequencies are a little louder than they should be, even with the crossover turned down. Again, talk too much, talk too much, talk too much. I'm out of here. See you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed that video at least as much as I enjoy life to make it so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you care to, and stay tuned. There's so much more to come. Isn't that right, J&K? I'm going to end up taking the end walls and extending them out a little bit, putting a mini split at least up in the front, maybe one in the rear. I've also got that RV roof repair video, or replacement video, that I got to do. I'm just waiting to finish it up. Anyway, see you next time.